Hi everyone, Leanne here from Passionate Paper Creations and Friends, and we are having a sponsor day with Sweet Sentiment. Hey there, so the adorable image is this beautiful fairy image from Sweet Sentiment. It's a big stamp, and I colored it with Copic markers, and I used a Secure white Jelly Roll pen and some Spectrum Noir clear sparkle. Also, Autumn Plaid 6-inch pad from Paper Rose, and I'm using Fall Word dies from Jaded Blossom. Those are new. Rectangle dies from Jaded Blossom. So I went ahead and I cut out the word thankful using Cut Cardstock's Gamma translucent paper. It's 29-pound weight. And then I cut out this bronze glitter cardstock. It's from Simon Says Stamp, and I cut out the word thankful. All my die cutting was was done with my Gemini machine. There we go. And I'm going to be applying that word to the outline die. And it is gorgeous. So I'm just going to stick that down. I'm using my reverse tweezers just to get my fingers out of the way so I can have a nice straight sentiment. I love, these are brand new from Jaded Blossom, and I love these word sentiments. They're beautiful. They have a beautiful font, and I just think they look gorgeous on a card. There we go. So I went ahead and I've got a piece of Paper Tray ink white cardstock, 4.25 by 11, scored at 5.5 inches, and I made a vertical A2 sized card. And now I'm applying this paper from Paper Rose. That's the Autumn Plaid, and I cut it just 1/8 of an inch smaller than my background. So there we go. And I'm going to apply that to my card base with my ATG tape, which is always tricky to get things straight, but that's what I'm doing here. So I actually fussy cut out this image. For some reason, my brother Scan and Cut wasn't having it. It bucked being able to be cut out with it, and I'd actually cut it by hand. It was something, but it's very beautiful now that it's cut out. So now I've got Distress ink from, Speckled Egg Distress ink. And I'm going to do some ink blending onto a white piece of cardstock. That's also Paper Tray ink cardstock. And that was cut out with that stitched rectangle die. And the die is, let's see, it is 3.25 by 4.5 inches. And that is Paper Tray ink white cardstock again. I'm just applying that Speckled Egg Distress ink to the center. I'm just kind of, I just want to add some color to my background, because I did cut my image out with a little bit of a white border. So I just want it to pop. So that's what I'm doing. Now that is the same bronze glitter cardstock from Simon Says Stamp. And I am framing out my white cardstock with that bronze glitter cardstock from Simon Says Stamp. I actually bought, it's a 6 by 6 inch stack of all their glitter cardstocks in one bunch, and I bought it kind of like a bundle. So I can't really tell you what the name of this is, but it is bronze, so it's bronze colored. And I chose all of my colors for my fairy from the pattern paper from Paper Rose. I just loved this plaid. It was so beautiful. There we go. Just sticking that down using my ATG tape. And just going to use my Teflon bone folder just to make sure it's flattened down. I score all my card bases with my Teflon bone folder, and I use my Martha Stewart scoreboard to make my card bases. So there we go. So now I'm going to stick this down onto my card base. And it just looks so pretty. I love that plaid. Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. There we go. So now I'm going to stick that down roughly in the center, because, I'm a little challenged at getting things centered, but, I do my best. And I'm going to pop that down in the center of my card base. There we go. So pretty. I love it. There we are. So now I'm just making sure everything's straight. You can tell this is in real time. I did not speed this up, and that's why I'm kind of going slow here. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to pop up that fairy with some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. You notice I'm also working on a Stampin' Up! Pad. That's kind of what I do. So there we are. So now I'm going to pop this up with some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals onto my background. I use the big ones, or the normal sized ones, and the small ones. And I'm just going to pop this up using, this little the foam bits, even around the edges and everything. I use the whole thing, so that's what I'm doing. So anyway, We are having a neat little thing over at Passionate Paper Creations and Friends on Facebook. I don't know if you have visited that Facebook site, but it is a great community of crafters, and we're just sharing what we make, and it's lots of fun. And, you know, we have different sponsor, and we have little events, and it's just lots of fun. So today it's Sweet Sentiment, and you got to go over there and check it out. We'd love to have you, and we want to see what you make too in your craft room. So there we are. So now I'm just getting all this foam on the back of this fairy, which is taking me forever. I loved coloring this fairy. It was a labor of love. And like I said, all of my Copics will be listed on my blog. And I did add in, like I said, I added in some Spectrum Noir clear sparkle also on the wings and, you know, on the dress a little bit here and there, just to give a little bit of sparkle. And I love how it turned out. It's so pretty. And normally I don't really go for coloring people images. I just find I'm not that great at coloring people images. But you know what? This was pretty easy to color. I surprised myself. It was pretty good. There we are. So getting all that done. Now, like I said, Passionate Paper Creations and Friends over on Facebook. You want to check it out. And all my dies are from Jaded Blossom. And, you know, so I've been using those. So that's lots of fun too. Gotta love that. There we go. So now I'm going to pop up my little fairy. Actually, it's kind of a big fairy. It's pretty large stamp set. You can tell because that's on an A2 size card base. There we go. And now I'm going to stick down my Thankful word die. There we go. So, well, first, I guess I'm going to get things going here with the Marvy. I think those are from Marvy, those lines of, not Marvy. I can't remember what they're called. But they're the lines of foam adhesive. Darice. Yes, they're from Darice, the little foam strips. And I'm just going to cut them in half and apply them underneath that Thankful word, but just underneath the ends where it hangs over the fairy. And just behind the sparkle word so it doesn't show. See? So pretty handy. And I add a little bit of glue behind the, you know, the lettering, you know, in the center. Now I went ahead and I cut out some bronze glitter cardstock leaves. And those were cut out using the fall banner dies from Jaded Blossom. And I'm going to pop them up on the card. I'm just going to sort of sprinkle them like, you know, leaves floating down. There we go. I'm going to pop one on the fairy there. These are so pretty. And then I'm going to pop a few here and there on my card. I just think you got to add a little bit of glitter when you're doing a fairy, right? Like when you're making a fairy card, you got to add some glitter. So there we go. And yeah, I'm kind of farting around here. I don't know. I'm telling you, it did take me a while to come up with how I wanted this to look. And now I'm just making sure. There, I just found one of my leaves that was sticking to underneath the fairy. So I just want to get everything in place. And then we'll make a beautiful fall card. Now, do you guys send out fall cards? I do, actually. I send out cards the beginning of October because I'm from Canada. So our Thanksgiving is the beginning of October. And then I send out Halloween cards the end of October. I know I'm crazy. It's nice to get a card in the mail that's not a bill, right? That's my attitude. So now I am adding a strip of that's the opposite or the back side of that paper that I used on the front. And it's just 1-inch strip. And I'm adding that to the inside of my card base. Just lining it up on that Stampin' Up! Grid mat just so I can get things straight. And then I will cut off the overhang with a pair of scissors. So easy stuff. So pretty. I don't know, do you guys send out fall cards? I don't know, there's something about fall colors. I just love them. So that's just something that I do. I really like making fall cards. There we go. So pretty. And lastly, I'm going to add 2 of those little leaves to the inside, just for some bling. And those, like I said, are from the Jaded Blossom Fall Banner dies. So pretty, so pretty. There we are. And I'm using my art glitter glue. As you can see, I've got it in a little bottle that I got from Amazon. It's just a little cheapy. There we go. How pretty is that? Now, of course, since I didn't have enough sparkle, right? I decided to add Nouveau glitter drops in White Blizzard. So they've got like a translucent finish when they dry, and they just add a nice little touch of glitter. And I'm just going to sprinkle some around in my background just because, you know, you can't have enough glitter when you've got a fairy on a card. At least that's my motto. You've got to do that. So thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure to hop on over to the Passionate Paper Creations and Friends Facebook page and maybe join in on the fun and join the Facebook site. We'd love to see what you create. And stop on over at Sweet Sentiment and check out their images. They're beautiful. And lastly, check out my fave, Jaded Blossom, for their beautiful dies and stamps and stencils over at their store. And that's where you can find everything. And like I said, check out my blog. Everything will be listed there. And if you'd like to color your fairy the same way I did, all the Copic markers will be listed there. So thank you so much for stopping by. And we will see you soon in my next video. Bye, everyone.